The Loud House quickly became one of the most popular animated series of all times, and this is why we keep watching it, so we know everything about this. Do you think that you're the biggest fan of The Loud House? We think we are, but if you do too, you'll have to watch this video until the end to tell us if you already knew about all this. If you love The Loud House as much as we do, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today, we are showing you 20 things about The Loud House you didn't know. The family of rabbits. When the creator Chris Savino pitched his idea, he actually had in mind a family of rabbits. And there were not only 10 sister rabbits, there were 25 of them. Chris thought that rabbits multiply, so it was a funny joke. And he also wanted to do a funny animal show after working on a human-based show for Disney. But someone told him that she felt like he would have more chances if it were about humans. So he erased the ears and the tail and adjusted the number of sisters down from 25 to 10. This is how everything started to fall into place. The name of siblings. Don't you think it's hard to find the name of 10 siblings that start with the letter L? Actually, all the rabbits were all B names, and we can't believe that he found a way to name all of them. But for the Loud sisters, he was lucky enough to have a lot of L names around him. His 5 sisters are all L names and 4 letters. So they inspired Lori, Lisa, Lynn, Luann, and Lana. He also had a wiener dog named Lola, and his mother-in-law had a dog named Luna. Lucy and Lily were 2 names he wanted to give to his kids if he had daughters, and then Lenny was inspired by the character from Of Mice and Men. The real family. So we know that 5 sisters were named after real-life people, and we wouldn't be surprised if Chris's 9 siblings inspired many of the things that happened on the show. So what do they think about the Loud House? They love it, and they are just really flattered that their names are synonymous with the cartoon now. Chris said that they would send videos or snippets of text of whatever they had seen in the episode that they love. His brothers even texted him to say that they want their names to be part of the show too, so don't be surprised if you see a Michael or a Frankie. The passion for comics. When he was a kid, Chris loved to read the daily newspaper and the Sunday paper with the color funnies. There were reprints of Peanuts and Pogo around the house, and he always read them. He always knew that this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to have his own comic strip. However, even though he knew that people were making cartoons, he never thought that was a job he could do. It's not until his senior year in high school that he found out that there were schools that taught that. Just wait to see how it influenced the show. The real story. It's so easy to relate to the Loud siblings that we think that Chris had to be inspired by his own life. However, he said that the show isn't really autobiographical. He just wants to find little things that will make people say that it happened to them as a kid. This is why he and the writers came up with some things that happened to them in the past, even though they don't base the whole story on this. And by the way, the name of the sisters don't really match their personas. Chris just always wants to find something that people with a lot of siblings can relate to and that people with no siblings can understand too. The first married gay couple. For one of the episodes of the first season, Overnight Success, the Loud House surprised everyone with a married gay and biracial couple. Lincoln's best friend, Clyde, had 2 dads, and we have to admit that Harold and Howard are really cute. No one cares that they are gay, it's all about the dads being way too protective. It was the first married gay couple on Nickelodeon, and we think that it's a great idea to show a little diversity so kids will understand that love is love. This is why most people were really happy to meet them. Unfortunately, not everyone agreed with this decision. The controversy. Some people think that showing a gay couple on television is not appropriate for kids. This is why the Christian group 1 Million Moms started alerting parents. They said that just because something may be legal or because some are choosing a lifestyle doesn't make it morally correct. According to them, Nickelodeon should stick to entertaining instead of pushing an agenda. They even think that kids face danger when they are exposed to same-sex marriage because it forces a premature discussion on sexual orientation that is completely uncalled for. We are happy that this group didn't really have the power to do anything, but unfortunately, we can't say the same about other countries. The ban in Kenya. In 2017, Kenya decided to ban 6 animated shows that aired on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network because they thought that it was an attempt to normalize, glamorize, and glorify homosexual behavior and impair their moral judgment on the institution of the family. Let's not forget that homosexuality is illegal in Kenya and people can go to prison for this. This is why the Loud House was banned in the whole country, along with shows like The Legend of Korra, Hey Arnold, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, and Clarence. Love is not the choice, but hate is. And this is why we'd rather watch our favorite show than ban it for no good reason. The new gender. Clyde's parents are not the only queer people on the show. In Ellis for Love, we also found out that Luna had a crush on a girl named Sam, which probably makes her bisexual. We were really happy for her, and we hope that we will have the chance to see these two once again. But did you know that Sam is actually a little different in Korea? Sam's gender is changed into a male, and she has a male voice actor. People probably think that this story would be more appropriate if she were a boy, but we have to disagree with that. The episode that almost got banned. Another episode could have been banned, and this time it was for a whole different reason. People just thought that it was incredibly bad. In No Such Luck, Lincoln is bad luck to everyone in the family, and this is why they all reject him, and he is even kicked out from the house. Many people think that this is the worst The Loud House episode ever made, as it promotes child abuse and neglect, and even made some people cry. Some people even started a petition online, but we think that 29 people are not enough to make Nickelodeon change. The original short. The first time we met the Loud family was in an original short featured on Nickelodeon's 2013 animated shorts program. In this short film, Lincoln simply wanted to go to the bathroom, but first he had to go through the hallway where all his sisters were. We have already seen this before, and that's because the theme song was based on this. This is what gave Chris Savino the chance to create his own animated series that was quickly going to become the most popular cartoon on Nickelodeon. In 2016, a slightly altered version of the short premiered on Nick.com, so we could have the chance to see how it all started. The theme song. Whenever we hear the theme song of The Loud House, we know that our favorite show is on TV, and we have to watch it now. When he was a kid, Chris remembers that the shows gave at least 1 minute to an opening title to set up the whole show. He only had 30 seconds for The Loud House, and he decided to make the best out of it. He wrote a ton of lyrics, and people took some of them to create a new song that became an earworm. We can't imagine The Loud House without the theme song, so we think that it was totally worth it. The script and the storyboard. Is The Loud House based on the script or the storyboard? Chris said that the scripts are usually 95% there, and the storyboard artists can then add some little things. But the problem with The Loud House is that without a script, it would be easy to forget many of the amazing characters. They have to think about their presence in the house since the beginning. Storyboard artists can also discover new things when they see a really good opportunity for a joke, a line, or a reaction when a character is just standing in the way. But usually the final result will look like the script. The comic style. So we know that Chris Savino loved comics when he was a kid, and you can clearly see it when you watch the show. For example, the title of the show looks just like a comic. This is also what makes it easier to animate The Loud House. You usually see the scene from only one angle, and the camera doesn't move a lot unless it's really necessary. As Chris Savino said, characters are funny, the camera is not. He wants us to focus only on them, and this is why we don't really mind if there are no dramatic shots. The voice actors. Did you know that 7 voice actors are playing the sisters in The Loud House? But how is that possible when there are 10 characters? That's because some of them are actually the voice of many sisters. The talented Gray Delisle is not only Lily, but also Lana and Lola. Jessica DeSico also plays 2 really different characters, Lynn and Lucy Loud. Grant Palmer used to play Lincoln in the first season, but he was replaced by Colin Dean when he grew up. Don't you think it's weird to play many characters that are talking to each other in the same scene? It would certainly be fun to see. The pet names. So we know that people and dogs in the life of Chris Savino inspired the names of the Loud sisters. But did you know that the names of the pets were inspired by some people too? They were all named after a famous cartoonist. Charles the dog was named after Charles M. Schulz. Cliff the cat was inspired by Cliff Sterrett. Geo the hamster is based on Geo McManus. And then Walt the bird is named after Walt Kelly or Walt Disney. Chris was also inspired by his own family as he lived with many animals when he was a kid. The colors. You have probably noticed this, but each character is associated with one color. But are you able to name all of them? Lincoln is orange, Lori is light blue, Lenny is turquoise, Luna is purple, Luann is yellow, Lynn is red, Lucy is black, Lana is blue, Lola is pink, Lisa is green, and Lily is lavender. You can clearly see these colors in the theme song when Lincoln is running through the hallway and also in the pictures on the wall. We can't believe that it was there during all this time and so many of us didn't notice it. The rabbit. If you are a fan of The Loud House, you probably remember Bun Bun, a stuffed rabbit that belongs to Lincoln. He can't even remember a time where he didn't have Bun Bun in his life and has panic attacks whenever he thinks that something bad could happen to him. But this stuffed animal is also really meaningful to the creator. You remember when we told you that the show used to be based on rabbits? Well, Bun Bun is modeled after Lincoln's original design from when he was going to be a rabbit. We think that the best choice was to make him human, but it's still funny to see this little bunny in his room. The original Lenny. We also found out that Lenny's name was based on the characters from Of Mice and Men. But did you know that she used to look just like him too? That's right, Lenny used to be an 8-year-old who was super sweet but didn't know how strong she was. The first design looks nothing like her. She evolved and changed, but Savino still wanted to show us how development works. You need to be open to change your ideas for the better, and this is how we had the chance to fall in love with the sweet Lenny that we all know. The end of Chris Savino. We talked about Chris Savino a lot, but did you know that he's not a part of the Loud House anymore? He was suspended and later fired from his own show when many women accused him of sexual harassment over the years. A Nickelodeon spokesperson said that they take allegations of misconduct very seriously and they are committed to fostering a safe and professional workplace. But don't worry, The Loud House will continue to air on Nickelodeon and be in production. Do you know any other secrets about The Loud House? Don't be shy to tell us what it is in the comment section down below. We love to hear what you think. And that's it for 20 things about The Loud House you didn't know. For more stories like this, make sure you watch 5 TV shows that copy The Loud House. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.